What's up, YouTube? This is going to be our guide on how to use Infernape in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll be providing competitive movesets and some fun meme movesets too. If there's a Pokemon you'd like to see me cover, let me know about in the comment section. And if you enjoy these guys, they'll help you out, drop a like, and let's get into it. So Infernape is my very, very favorite fully evolved starter out of all of them. So this is going to be pretty cool to do a video on it. So Infernape has some very nice stats and it learns such a good amount of moves. It actually gets quite a few new moves back in Scarlet and Violet too. So having a look at its stats to begin with, we've got a nice attack stat, nice special attacks, and nice speed there. So 3 good stats, making it not only a physical attacker or a special attacker. It can be both, a mix of physical, special. It can do a lot of things. It's very, very good. Let's start off here with a physical sword dance set. Now, we've got the ability Iron Fist and Blaze. So that's sort of... Iron Fist is pretty good. It can be used for punching moves. Sometimes it learns more, or on your moveset has more, less punching moves, and Blaze can be better. So if you've got a lot of punching moves, I'd probably suggest using Iron Fist over Blaze. But if you've got like one punching move, I'd probably just use Blaze instead. It might be a little bit more handy. So we've got a Sword Dance set here. So we're going to start off with Close Combat as its main stab fighting move. We've got Fire Punch. You can run Flare Blitz as well for more base power if you wanted to. So Flare Blitz or Fire Punch. It actually gets Knockoff now. So Knockoff is a new move that it gets. And we're back into this game at least. And that's a really, really big thing. Also, speaking of fire moves, it actually gets... has Flare Blitz. And it also gets Raging Fury, which is... when I can actually spell... Raging Fury. So that's 120 base power, 100% actually. Basically, it's like Outrage, you know, or it's good, but you're locking yourself into that move. So it's sort of good, but I still don't think you'd use it over like Flare Blitz or maybe even Fire Punch, you know, because of that locking you in and obviously confusing. So yeah, it's cool, but I don't think it's going to be that great. It could be good for like really powerful fire moves with no recoil on maybe like a choice band set. That could be cool. But outside of that, probably not. I still think the Flare Blitz and Fire Punch would probably be better. But still interesting that it gets that. Now, I've got Knockoff on there and Sword Dance. So another move that you might be able to use over Knockoff. For example, let's put Flare Blitz on there. Another move that you could use over Knockoff could be Thunder Punch too. And if you're using... Thunder Punch is very good for, like, obviously water Pokemon. So you go the Terra-type Dark. I did Terra-type Dark for Knockoff. Or you could go Terra-type Electric. That's quite good too. Especially sometimes I think like something like Gyarados, you know. That'll get completely destroy it. Like Close Combat Flare Blitz. You know, if you got something like Thunder Punch, you can hit those Pokemon, like bulky water Pokemon, can kind of mess Infernape up. So it is good to have that. If you're going to have the punching moves, I would definitely have Iron Fist there for sure. So, you know, just whack on sort of these moves here. So, like Fire Punch and Thunder Punch, that'd be pretty good. I've got the item as Heavy Duty Boots. It really does need its speed, and it doesn't like entry hazards, so... I would suggest that as an item. You could put Punching Glove as well. That's another one that could use. But Punching Glove doesn't really give a lot. It only gives like 1.1. So, yeah, I would suggest having Heavy Duty Boots for sure here. This set is more based on singles. You could absolutely use this in doubles if you wanted to. I'd be inclined maybe to... I would definitely give it Focus Sash. I mean, Focus Sash isn't a bad item on it anyway. But, yeah, I'd be using Focus Sash if we're going to do that for sure. But it does get better moves. It gets some different moves that you can use in doubles. Not better, but different moves. So that would be my first sort of set there. I'm thinking else what you could do there. You could go, instead of Thunder Punch, you could go Terra Blast as well. But yeah, that's sort of up to you. There's a lot of different moves. The thing about Infernape, it learns so many good moves. The problem is fitting 4 moves onto its moveset can be difficult. It's like, it has that 5... move slot syndrome sort of thing. So the next one you could probably use on Infernape would be a Scarf or Choice Band set. It works pretty well here. And let me explain this. So same EVs as the last one. We've got Jolly and Max Attack and Max Speed. Scarf, I'd go Adamant, and Band, you could go, well, you could go Adamant or Jolly. I'd probably go Jolly on Band. So we've got U-Turn, which is great, and we got another move which is new that it gets to is Switcheroo. And that's actually really nice. So you could switcheroo your item weight to a support Pokemon, and then you could continue to use your other moves there too, which is good. So U-Turn, Flare Blitz, and Close Combat, just going for power there. And I'd say this would be a nice revenge KO Pokemon, like just getting those guaranteed KOs on Pokemon that have got like half health or 3/4 health remaining or a quarter left, and outspeeding them. Does a good job there, and it's got a good speed stat to do it as well. That's what I'll be using. I'd be using Blaze as the ability there too. Especially with Flare Blitz, you get into Blaze range pretty quickly. If you got like on this one, you got Fire Punch is probably ready to run Iron Fist because you're not going to be expending Recall and you're going to be boosting the power of the move. So yeah, not to say you can't use it on this physical one either. So that's what I do for physical sort of set there. And as for Terra, well, you can give it Fire, Fighting. All those sort of things would work rather nicely on Infernape. Like, you can have a lot of different Terras, actually. I can see it running a big amount of them. Next one we got here is a special set. So, this Pokemon, as I mentioned, is a very, very good physical attacker, special attacker. So, it actually gets Sword Dance and Nasty Plot, which is a very sort of like rare combination to get. Both of those. So, this one is max special attack and max speed. We got Timber Nature, and we got Fire Blast, Focus Blast. Now, it is to be noted, if you don't want to run Focus Blast, but you want a special fighting move, it actually now gets Aura Sphere, which is really cool. That's still 80 base power, and it's going to, like, not miss, which could be very, very handy. So, that's sort of up to you what you'd like to pick there. And, I don't know, I like giving it Terra Blast Electric. I always like to have something to get water Pokemon with. It's a good surprise factor at the same time too. So Terra Electric, you could have Terra Grass. That could be another one. I'm trying to think of some other good ones. Terra Water wouldn't be all that bad either, I'm thinking. Obviously, apart from Terra Fire as well. So Fire, Grass, Fighting, Dark. I think they're all pretty sort of like good Terras to run on there. I'm trying to think of some other ones. They're probably the main ones I would see running on there, the ones I just mentioned. But, yep, special attacking set, and we got the item as... Well, I put Wide Lens on there because I had... Obviously, you wouldn't have Wide Lens with Aura Sphere, but I had that for Focus Blast and Fire Blast on the same set, so I definitely feel like that would help them out. If you don't really care about that sort of thing, you could just go... I don't know, just pick another item on there, put like maybe Expert Belt or Life Orb or... I don't know, Blunder Policy. You probably don't need that, though. It's quite as fast. But, yeah, I like having that Wide Lens on there. Or you could just put Heavy Duty Boots on there. That's going to work fine, too. But you will miss a little bit with Focus Blast, and you can tend to miss a little bit with Fire Blast, too. So, if you really want to make it super safe, and you hate missing, do this. So, go Flamethrower and Aura Sphere. They're still good moves. There's nothing wrong with them. It's probably not going to hit quite as hard as you'd like, though. So, to make up for that, I would suggest Life Orb on that set to make up for that little bit of drop in base power on those moves. At least you won't miss though, right? So that's something you can do for a Nasty Plot set. And yeah, always Timber Nature. It always needs that that speed to get the Nasty Plot up, or Sword Dance and outspeed the opponent. Now, this Pokemon has always been such a great mixed attacker because simply it learns so many moves and it's got a great attack and special attack stat to back it up. So let's have a look at this. So we've got a little bit of a different EV spread here. So we're maximizing its attack and special attack to the best with the EV spread we got here. This maximizes it like mostly on your attack and special attack. We're going to keep speed, but we're going to have naive nature, so we're not dropping any attack or special attack or anything like that. So we've got 88 in special attack, and we've got 168 in attack. This maximizes the EVs that we can use here on a Mix Infernape. In fact, this Mix Infernape, these EVs I've been using on this for ever since it I think Gen 4 or something like that. So it's an old sort of, I guess you could say an old sort of favorite spread. So we got a Life Orb on this one. Life Orb is a wonderful item for mixed attacking sets. Since you're spreading up the attack and special attack, it's not going to hit as hard as it would with a pure physical set or a pure special set. So that does give it a little bit of extra, power on its hits. Now, I like to run powerful moves on a mixed attacker. So Overheat, for example, and Close Combat I'm going with its highest damaging moves. So Overheat for special, and even if you use Overheat, you can still use Close Combat, you know, and you still got Gunk Shot to use. So Gunk Shot is good coverage as well. So you got Close Combat, Gunk Shot, and I gave it a Terra Blast Grass. You could give Terra Blast Electric, Grass, Fire, Fighting. Dark would be another good one too. Like, you could have Knockoff on there as well. So yeah, that would be taking, you know, you could even go Knockoff. That wouldn't be bad either. Just go straight Knockoff and Terra Blast Dark. I like that because you could swap it into a Psychic Pokemon and completely like destroy them with Knockoff. So anyway, what moves you want to use there, I would recommend high. See, I've picked high base power moves. That's going to work pretty nicely there because you're mixing up the EVs and it's not going to be as powerful. But yep, that's a brilliant mix attack. I've always I feel like Infernape is one of the best mix attackers in the game. You know, you never know what's going to happen with it, and you never know what Infernape's going to do until you see what sort of moves it's starting to use. So that makes it quite unique, you know. So that's the mix attacking set. Let's have a look at a doubles or what you'd use in VGC. So Infernape sort of runs similar to how it always runs in doubles. Nothing hasn't really changed too much. It gets Fake Out, which is a very, very good move for doubles. And I'd be definitely, this would be the one, I'd be playing this like as sending it out as a lead with, as you know, one of your first two Pokemon. So you got Fake Out, and I've given it Sash too, because it's not very, it's not that bulky and it needs it. So we got Fake Out. I've given it sort of a similar set, a little bit similar. So we got like a mixed attacking set. This time we're focusing on attack and special attack. So we've got 156 in attack and we've got 100 in special attack. So it's mixed. So we got a high damaging moves here with Overheat and Close Combat. And I've also got Protect on there too. I was going to say Wide Guard because I used to run that on doubles one, but it doesn't get Wide Guard anymore, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a shame, bit of a nerf, but you got Protect there. There is an option of going for Heat Wave here, but it's woeful. It's not as powerful, especially when you're making it in a mix set. I would recommend if you want to do Heat Wave, I wouldn't even have a physical set then. I'd have fully special. I'd change it up to special. At least then you're going to do more damage, right? So we'll get rid of Close Combat, and I'd give it something like Aura Sphere. And something like that, that could be useful. And then you could even swap up Protect for another move as well if you want some sort of coverage. I ran Terra Fighting for that one before, but let's say for example we got Terra. I would just have like Terra Blast Electric. That way you can hit flying Pokemon, water Pokemon, stuff like that. So that would I like Terra Electric on this. So I think it works quite well. So that's two ways you can run Infernape in VGC, either a mix set or a special set. Heat Wave is a little bit weak, though, because that's not the greatest special attack stat. It's good, but it's not tremendous, you know? So it's not going to be doing... it's not going to be, like, fainting both Pokemon unless it's, like, super effective and in the sun or something like that. But, yeah, that's a way you can run it. Fake Out... I would always carry Fake Out on a doubles Infernape, whether you're running physical, mix, or special. Even if you got, like... I'd probably put Naive on there, so Fake Out does a bit more. But, yeah, Naive is pretty much the nature it's probably always going to run in doubles. So now, let's talk about some counters and teammates. And then I've got a Pimpnite special for you all, and we'll have a discuss of some stuff. So let's get rid of... I'll just get rid of this one for a sec. So some goods. Let's go over counters first. So... Quite often the counters are also a good teammate, so I can think of a good one right now. So like Rotom Wash, that is a very, very good counter to Infernape. So it's going to threaten it a lot, obviously being a water type as well, and it's also electric type at the same time. So that's going to be very, very problematic for our friend Infernape for sure. Another one that could probably mess it, like bulky water Pokemon, really. Milotic. That would be very, very much a pain for Infernape, because Infernape's not really gonna one shot that. Even if like it would have to swap into like, you know, like a Close Combat or something really, really powerful like that. Otherwise, in a 1v1, it's not really going to you know, probably beat it unless the Milotic was I don't know, more of a sweeping set, I guess. But yeah, that's gonna mess Infernape up for sure. A big one is Azumarill too. So Azumarill being fairy typing and having like, you know, huge power, Aqua Jet and stuff like that, that can definitely threaten Infernape and completely destroy it. Psychic Pokemon, something bulky, let's think. Cresselia. Even though I've got a small nerf and its stats, Cresselia is still a good Pokemon. It will get hit by knockoff though, but it's still going to be threatening for sure. Flying Tire. How about Gyarados as well? So like Gyarados is going to give you, Gyarados will give you trouble, especially if you're not running Thunder Punch on there. So, or Stone Edge or something like that. That's another option you could give the physical one. So, yep, that's another one to look out for. As for teammates, I think Empoleon would make quite a good teammate there. Covers a couple of the weaknesses. Gets rid of a lot of Infernape's like things it's weak to. Another one, I mentioned this already. We have Rotom Wash. That's a really good partner as well. I like that. Very, very nice. And that can swap it. That can Volt Switch into other Pokemon too, or you know, on your team. And how about Zapdos? Wouldn't be too bad either. That's a partner, so Zapdos. That's pretty good. Covers a lot of Infernape's weaknesses and stuff like that. And yeah, works pretty well alongside it, whether you're playing singles or doubles. But yes, that's the movesets. Let's check out a Pimpnite special. This one here, I've actually done a sweep on YouTube of this. I think it's very, very similar to this. We got a bulky Drain Punch there. Now, interesting enough, Infernape gets Slack Off, which is a very, very good healing move. So you probably wouldn't ever expect to see a bulky Infernape. It's not really tending to be a bulky Pokemon, but we got a fun set here. So we got Drain Punch and Bulk Up, which works very, very nicely. We got Slack Off to heal off, and we got Flame Charge to increase its speed. Now we got Maranga Berry as the item, so boosting up its special defense by 1 stage after getting hit by a special attack. So its special defense is not that great. So after 1, it'll make it a lot more bulky, and then you can, you know, sort of slack off the damage. Flame Charge, you're going to increase your speed, so it'll only take like probably 1 Flame Charge, and you'll be outspeeding most things. But so that's like sort of a trade-off though for giving it lots more bulk. So fun, a bulky Infernape, bit of a fun set. I have got a few sweeps of this before. It takes the opponent off guard. You just have to bear in mind that powerful special attackers and physical attackers can still bust through while you're trying to set up. But once you are set up, you can Drain Punch away, and like let's say if the opponent has a priority move, well, you've got a lot more bulk to be able to live that and finish them off and stuff like that. So quite a interesting set for sure. Now let's go over Infernape's moves, because it just has such good moves and stats for us. Okay, we'll go to status moves first. So look at this. We got Agility, Bulk Up, Calm Mind, Nasty Plot, Sword Dance. It's insane. It just gets everything. We got like it could be a fast Encore Pokemon too. That's another option. Raw. I didn't even know that Infernape got Raw. I completely forgot about that. We got also Stealth Rock can work as a lead too. You can have like Fake Out and Stealth Rock, Close Combat Overheat, or Close Combat Flare Blitz. That can work as a Sash lead. I've seen that before. A Blaze, Focus Sash, Flare Blitz does not tickle for sure. Switcheroo, we've gone over that. Sword Dance, it can be a Taunter as well. It's fast enough to be a good Taunt Pokemon. Gets Will-O-Wisp. I don't think Will-O-Wisp is really suited for it, but if you want to, I guess you can go. I think it's better. Talents are in better things. Focus Energy, yeah. That's pretty much all of its status moves there, just to have a look. Now, looking at its special moves first. So, as I mentioned, now it gets Aura Sphere. Another one I didn't mention was Grass Knot too. But if you really got to have a grass move, I don't know. I feel like Terra Blast Grass could work too, because that way you don't have to rely on any weight of an opposing Pokemon or not and stuff like that. I think that works well. I think there's anything else that it can do here, really. It gets Vacuum Wave. That's a nice priority move. And Mach Punch. I didn't really mention Mach Punch. I probably should have, but yeah, if you want to have Mach Punch on here, you can have that, you know, for Iron Fist and stuff like that. But I don't know. I tend to like to have Close Combat, but they still work. You know, you got some nice priority on there too. But yeah, I thought I would mention Mach Punch. But yes, back to where it was. Yeah, we've gone over Knockoff already. Now in doubles, a Rock Slide set could be used too. That could be a good move for doubles. So that could be something if you just want for coverage. There's nothing like too much different about Infernape from when I used it last time, except you can Terra it. It's got a couple more extra moves. So yeah, I feel like a lot of the sets that you could run with in the past still sort of hold up well nicely now. You just sort of just add a terror in that you're kind of missing, or, you know, a type that you're weak to. Looking at its... we're looking at special moves now. So we got Aura Sphere, we've gone over that. Yeah, we've gone over all these ones here. Yep, we did that. And we've been over... Oh, we're going to have a look at its physical moves, of course. So, Acrobatics is another one you can have if you have, like, a consumable item. It's kind of... I think it's outclassed by a lot of things. So we got Brick, obviously Close Combat, and Drain Punch are the moves you're going to want to be using there. You could use Drain Punch on this set too. Drain Punch instead of Mac Punch. That's also another idea you can go for. We got Earthquake. Fake Out's very good for doubles. You want to be always carrying Fake Out on your Infernape if you're playing doubles. If you're not, you're sort of missing out. Basically how you play it. I'd play Infernape as a lead, and then... It's pretty obvious that Infernape will have Fake Out, so I play it as if, like, they know you're going to use Fake Out, but probably do it on something that they wouldn't expect or something like that. I'd play it that way and have your other Pokemon go for it like a attacking move while you Fake Out or set up or something like that. That's probably the best way I would play it. Poison Jab, you've got Gunk Shot already. We mentioned Switcheroo, Sword Dance. Yeah, look at how many moves this Pokemon gets. It gets so many moves. It's insane. But yeah, on the physical side, that's quite a lot of physical moves for it to get. In Scarlet and Violet for sure. But it gets a ton of moves. I did mention Stone Edge and Rock Slide already, so Rock Slide could work in doubles if you want some more extra coverage and hitting both opponents and stuff like that. It is fast enough to do that. We've gone over Thunder Punch and Stone Edge. It's good for just coverage and stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much for Infernape. I'm trying to think what else I could... Does this get Reversal? It's curious. Yeah, it does. You could do like a weakness policy set there. That could be kind of cool. That'd be a cool item to run on it too. It's got some great stats and moves. The thing about Infernape, I don't think it's going to be like used a ton, but it's going to be like super good in the middle because it's just so diverse. It's just a pity that its base attack and special attack weren't a bit higher, and it's got a good speed set, but I wish it was just a little bit higher to outpace like a lot of those common threats and stuff. And if its special attack and attack were a bit higher, man, it'd be a crazy Pokemon. It has like pretty much everything it needs. Like fire and fighting typing's pretty good too. But I think that's about it for Infernape. People, hope you enjoyed this guide on Infernape. I'll be back with a final guide for tonight, which will be Empoleon. I did Torterra already, and that's about it. Peace out.